Okay, we're ready. Again, welcome to our 2024 Sports Hall of Fame banquet tonight. Did you enjoy the food?
Yes.
Let's give a round of applause to our caterers and all the workers over there that provided for the meal and the service. And Tony Therese and his crew. Each year, the Hall of Fame Board of Directors select a group of athletes who have made it to state competition the past year. To introduce these athletes, please welcome Hall of Fame Board member Richie Bonner.
Good evening. It's my pleasure tonight to introduce some special athletes. Student athletes strive every year for one thing, and that's to get to the state tournament. And very few of us have made that. And tonight we have three that we'd like to introduce. When I call your name, please come up, and Mr. Glenn Davis will give you a recognition. Katie Manus for golf. Jason Lambert for golf. And for track, Sheriana Patterson.
Let's give another round of applause to these special athletes. Each year, the Hall of Fame Board of Directors select male and female athletes at MCHS. To make this presentation, please welcome Hall of Fame Board member Christy Lott Davidson.
Well, it's a great night to celebrate past, present, and future athletes at MCHS. It has been a difficult process to narrow down the 6 females and the 6 males nominated tonight. A lot of consideration was taken into the process. The awards are sponsored by Globe Life Insurance for the 2023-24 school year. The Sports Hall of Fame Athlete of the Year Award will be awarded annually to one high school male athlete and one high school female athlete. This award recognizes athletes who demonstrate a well-rounded representation of what McNairy Central student athletes should be. They combine academics, athletics, as well as community and school environment. These athletes are not only leaders in their respective sports, but they are also leaders in the school. The evaluation criteria for the Athlete of the Year includes demonstrating a good academic standing, exhibiting athletic excellence in at least one sport, showing commitment to develop and improve athletic and academic potential, and holding leadership positions throughout the academic year. Also, and they should receive athletic rewards throughout the school year. So when I call your name as a nominee for the Female Athlete of the Year, if you'll come stand here in front of me, and we have a certificate to present to you, and then just remain standing up here while we announce the winner. So your nominees for the Female Athlete of the Year, Miss Kendall Adams. Kendall played soccer for McNairy Central. She'll continue her collegiate career at the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis. She was the first Lady Bobcat to score 100 goals in her career. She was District Offense MVP in 2023 and District All-Tournament Team in 2023. Miss Sheriana Patterson. Miss Sheriana ran track for us. She's a sectional track meet. She placed first in the 300-meter hurdles, qualifying her for state. She's qualified for the state track 3 years running. And she, at the state track meet, she was 7th place in the 300-meter hurdles. Miss Bailey Shelton. Bailey played basketball and softball. She scored 313 points. This year, she was named All-District Basketball and Softball, and she had a 1.13 ERA. Miss Carly Shelton. Carly played basketball basketball and softball. She scored 76 points this year in basketball. In softball, she had 9 home runs, 29 RBIs, and was named to the all-district softball team. Miss Kaylee Stepp. Kaylee played soccer and tennis. She was district champion in singles and region runner-up in singles. For soccer, she had 74 defensive stops with 23 steals, and she helped lead McNairy Central to back-to-back district championships and advanced to the sectional game in Nashville. And so the winner tonight for the Female Athlete of the Year, sponsored by Globe Life Insurance, is Miss Bailey Shelton. So she's also, with her basketball career, had 182 rebounds, 95 assists, 44 steals, and 21 blocks. With softball, she had a .558 batting average, 66% on base percentage with 14 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. She had a 9-2 pitching record and had 123 strikeouts. So ladies, if you'll go back to the sign, Globe Life sign for a picture. So congratulations to all of these nominees. We look forward to seeing you excel in the next stages. The future is bright for these young ladies leading the way. The banner will hang next year on the Wall of Fame that enters the home side of the gymnasium.
To make the presentation for the Male Athlete of the Year, Ricky Whitaker.
Okay, just like Christy said, the decision for this was very tough for the committee. You know, a lot of good candidates for it, and all of the things she said, you know, I echo those. But the nominees for the Globe Life Male Athlete of the Year, first one is Reese Holcomb. For tennis, went undefeated in singles in the district, 3 straight district individual championships. Ethan Johnston, for baseball and basketball, class of 2024 valedictorian, class of 2024 president. Logan Kiesler, for baseball and football, all district, all academic, 21 RBIs, first on the team. Asen Lambert for golf, class of 2024 Hall of Fame, salutatorian, medalist at the district tournament. Jackson Overton for football and track. He was WBBJ MVP of the week, October the 19th. Signed with Freed-Hardeman University, run track. And Case Stone for baseball, football, and basketball. Okay. And the winner is Ethan Johnston. Class of 2024 valedictorian, class of 2024 president, student excel for science and social studies, class of 2024 Hall of Fame, academic senior, all district and tournament basketball, all district and baseball, 2,003 points, 8.8 points a game, 70 rebounds, 55 assists, 22 steals, had a 350 average, had a 458 overall batting percentage, 400 slugging, 28 hits, 4 doubles, and 10 RBIs. Ethan Johnson. Congratulations.
We started the Hall of Fame program several years ago, and as we have evolved, one of the things that we wanted to do was to make sure that the records of the past achievements of athletes were preserved. And so we have really started the process thanks to people like Jeff York and Chris Moore and Lisa Forsythe. We have digitized a lot of the old records to make sure that they are preserved. And so I think that's very important. We're going to have a Hall of Fame room over here on the left going into the gym soon. And we're going to display a lot of the archives in that room. And so all of this has brought about some things that we didn't know about. And the next awards that we're going to present are going to be to people that have reached the 1,000 point plateau and were never recognized. And so as we went through and digitized those records, we found out that these individuals had scored at least 1,000 points while playing basketball here at Magnolia Central. And now I want to call on Ricky Whitaker to come up and recognize those special people.
Thank you, Mike. Mike's going to present the basketballs, him and Glenn. The first one that we want to recognize is Angela Walker Robinson from 1981 to 84, 1,049 points. If you have Facebook, you know that she's already been presented with her basketball. She wouldn't bring it back up here because she thinks she was afraid we would keep it. So if you'll come up just a second, we'd just like to recognize you. Of course, this is one of our premier families for basketball, the Walker family for Magnolia Central. So, Adrian, we really appreciate it. Thank you. Next is Mr. Reggie Robinson from 1989 to 93. 93. Reggie played for the Bobcats from 89 to 93. Scored his 1,000th career point in the roundhouse in a regular season game against the Corinth Warriors on December the 14th, 92. Reggie scored 1,292 points in 102 games for the Bobcats for a career average of 12.7 per game. Congratulations. Next is Mr. Greg Hughes. I don't think Greg is here. But Greg played for the Bobcats from 87 to 90. He scored his 1,000th career point in the roundhouse in the District 14 AA semifinal game against the Southside Hawks on February the 22nd, 1990. Greg scored 1,083 points in 89 games for the Bobcats for a career average of 12.2. Next is Shannon White. Shannon played for the Bobcats from 91 to 94. He scored his 1,000th career point at Milan in the District 14 AA semifinal against Humboldt Vikings on February the 18th, 1994. Shannon scored 1,045 points in 83 games for the Bobcats for a career average of 12.6 points a game. Congratulations, Shannon. And the last one is special to me because he's such a good friend and committee member, alongside me. It's a big honor for me to get to present Glenn with this. And I thought about, how maybe I could get in this 1,000-point club. And then, I thought Glenn would probably agree with this. I might could get in a 1,000-foul club. So, Mr. Glenn Davis. Glenn played for the Bobcats from 86 to 89. He scored his 1,000th career point at Humboldt against the Lexington Tigers in the Region 7 AA semifinal on February the 28th, 89. Glenn scored 1,034 points in 96 games for the Bobcats, giving him a career average of 10.8 points per game. Congratulations, you guys.
Female Athlete of the Year, her basketball coach was quick to remind me that I left her name off on accident. She's not here today, but Miss Lena Taylor was also nominated for Female Athlete of the Year. She is going on to play at Blue Mountain Christian University. She had 705 career points. She set a game record for the most 3 points made in a game, which was 7. And she was on the all-region tournament team, all-district team, and all-district tournament team. Lena Taylor.
Okay, hope you have enjoyed honoring these players of today and yesterday, and now we're going to induct our 5 members into the McNairy Central Sports Hall of Fame. Our first inductee into the Sports Hall of Fame will be Melanie Surratt. Coach Mel graduated Adamsville High School in 1986 and received a full scholarship to play basketball for the University of Tennessee at Martin. Playing all 4 years, Coach Mel started her coaching career at Summer Middle School and later joined the McNairy Central coaching staff as an assistant under then Coach Danny Day. After Coach Day retired, Coach Mel became the head coach for the McNairy Central Lady Bobcat softball team in 2006. Under Coach Mel, the Lady Bobcats have won 3 district titles, advanced to region play 7 times, 4 times to the sectional or sub-state, 3 trips to the state tournament, and 2 trips to the state championship game. The Lady Bobcats finished runner-up in 2018 and won the first ever state championships in Lady Bobcats history in 2023. Under the leadership of Coach Mel, 21 former players have continued to play at the college level. Please give a warm Bobcat welcome to Coach Melanie Surratt.
Okay, with that introduction, let me tell you who I really am. I'm the one that, with Danny Hendricks' entourage, said over 21 times, wow, when they came into the room to let me know that they were going to induct me into the Hall of Fame. Head spinning, my head went to Bobby Randolph and Danny Day, just Ross Shelton, the ones that have been in the Hall of Fame. Your ones that bleed blue and gold. Lisa Forsythe, really Steve King, who would do any project up here for McNairy Central for any program. Don't tell anybody, but Jimmy Ray, who's got a soft heart and would love to see any athlete here feel the accomplishment of winning a state tournament. So when I got home and realized how many times I'd said, wow, I couldn't come up with another word. I'm sitting there going, why not? Why not? And the first thought came to because of Angie Robinson. Because I came up here as an assistant coach, and the first thing she said was, I'm going to tell you what I told Sam. Keep a low profile, don't let anybody know you're from Adamsville, maybe they won't run you off. Sam, didn't she tell you that? So that's why I kind of said I didn't probably, Hall of Fame, I just didn't think anything about it. But I went from wow to blessed. And you know me, I'm going to cheer up. I had the opportunity in my young coaching career to sit down several times with Pat Headsummit. And one of the best advice she gave me was, Mel, know what you want to accomplish in life, professionally and personally. Surround yourself with people that's going to help you accomplish that. Steve King, Susan King, Dee Ray, Stephanie Ray, and y'all's entire family. You've helped me personally. You've helped me become a better coach. You've helped me become a better friend. You've helped me become a better Christian. And to listen to Pat Head Summit, I am blessed because of Steve King's family, Jimmy Ray's family, Robin York's family, Ross Shelton's family, and a host of other families that I have surrounded myself around to help achieve my personal goals and my professional goals. And for that, I thank you. I go from wow to blessed to honored. Honored of young ladies that have went from a state runner-up to show young ladies that it is possible to win a state championship, to show a town that we can do it, to be honored for those young ladies that came to this campus to win the state championship. Honored for each and every one of those young ladies that I have had the honor to coach, whether you were on the best team, best record, the state championship, whether you were on the worst record team and you're sporting the most gorgeous children and you're the best mom, whether you were on my team for 1 year and you chose to go somewhere else with your energy, whether you came on my team and you gave me 4 years of all you could give me and you went somewhere and played 4 more years of softball and then you gave all your energy to softball. For all those young ladies and parents and families that you have blessed my life with to let me be a part of your life, I'm honored for that. I'm also honored to be a part of a family, a brother, a sister, a mom that gives me Christian support. And I don't know why to this day they have a problem that I'm in my office till 2 in the morning, but they do. They tell me I don't need to be up there till 2 in the morning. I don't know why. I get a lot done. Nobody calls me and bothers me at 2 in the morning. However, I'm honored to have a host of friends and family that supports me in anything that I ask them to do in a Christian atmosphere. I went from a wow to being blessed to being honored, and now I'm a Hall of Famer. Thank you.
I have to make a confession that I'd asked Danny Hendricks to put together some notes for Coach Mail because I know he's probably been to every softball game they've ever played here. But anyway, he gave me some notes and he put in there that Coach Mail graduated in 1986 and he didn't say Adamsville High School. And I said, you just couldn't say that, could you? So, anyway, congratulations, Coach Melanie Surratt. Our next inductee is Alfred Eaton. Unfortunately, Alfred passed away a few years back. Alfred graduated MCHS in 1983 and was an outstanding person and athlete. Alfred was a 4-year letterman in football and a 3-year letterman in baseball. His senior year, Alfred was named All-West Tennessee First Team. He was the most valuable player in the 1982 River Bowl and Daily Corinthian All-Area Player of the Year in 1983, while being All-Area First Team Offense. Alfred was part of the 1-2-3 punch that included Aaron Sanders, who's here, and also Ricky Whitaker. Both Aaron and Alfred gained over 1,000 yards rushing in their senior year in football. To receive the award on behalf of Alfred will be one of his former coaches, Kirk Stewart. Coach Stewart will come forward and receive this award and share what a special person Alfred Eaton was. And I know Coach Stewart is proud to be here. I've talked to him on the phone today, and He and Glenn came here to coach, and I was looking through some other things over here, the state championship trophies over here, and Fred White, some information about him. He was the first student athlete to win a state championship here, but his coaches were Kurt and Glenn Steer. So I thought that was something I didn't know, and you probably didn't know either. So please give a warm Bobcat welcome to Coach Kurt Steer.
There's so much I could say about this group of athletes and the people in this room. We came here to coach football in 1982. Aaron and Alfred were seniors, and they had gone 1-9 the year before. My brother and I were looking for a job, and the guy selling sporting goods in Memphis told us about this job, and we got some tapes, and we looked at the team that had gone 1-9. We had Aaron Sanders at fullback, over 200 pounds. We had Ricky Whitaker. He was about 200 pounds. He'd say about 190 is what he'd say. He was more like 200. Alfred was about 200. And we had Jeff Reynolds playing quarterback. Jeff was the middle linebacker on the football team. It's the only quarterback I ever coached that played middle linebacker and was tough enough to do it. What a group of athletes we inherited. We went 8-3 that year. We won a bowl game. And the statistics, the guy that kept the stats that year was one of our former statisticians. He's now the softball coach at Southwest Community College in Memphis. I'm going to get the stats because according to my memory on that football team, Aaron Sanders rushed for 1,512 yards this senior year, and Alfred rushed for 1,509 yards because it was a team goal going into that bowl game to make sure we went over 3,000 yards. Darrell White was on that team, and so Bobby Wheeler, Tim Sisk, Sammy was on that team. We had a bunch of great players, David Rippey and others. And it was the toughest bunch of guys that I'd ever seen. We'd been coaching football for 20 years then. And that was 42 years ago. It just seems like yesterday. But we came over here in the spring and we watched Aaron run the football. It was the best physical specimen we had ever coached. And he kept popping his knee back in after every play. His knee would pop out of joint, out of place. And that summer, he moved in with my brother, who's now deceased. He was a head coach, Glenn Stewart, and everybody around here can remember Glenn. And what a great coach and a great person. And anyway, Alfred came over to Memphis and stayed most of the month of July in 1982, rehabilitated his knee with the strength coach, Aaron did, with the strength coach at Memphis State. He had a complete knee surgery about 4 weeks, 5 weeks before the season started. He never got hurt that year, and he was faster when he came back than he was before he got the surgery. So he really did a great job, and we had such a tremendous attitude on that team. The first practice we were at in the spring, the hitting was so vicious, it scared my brother and I. He'd been coaching football for 20 or 30 years in 3 states. Doug Hollingsworth, he's among those little Matt Pope from Bethel Springs, didn't weigh 120 pounds, but we couldn't hardly practice with Matt because he was hurting our regular guys. And we had such a great group of people. And you mentioned Fred White, he was on that team. Fred was an outstanding hurdler and he deserved the state record that he got and many more. And we just had a tremendous experience here, all in all, through that football season. To go from 7-3, 8-3, counting the bowl game, after them going 9-1 or 1-9 the year before was quite a feat. Anyway, it was a remarkable season. And the thing I can tell you about Alfred is, Alfred was shy, at least with the coaches and with adults. Now with the other guys, he wasn't shy at all. But he hardly would look at you, and he would hardly respond to you. But I'm going to tell you what, he never blew a play in scrimmage, or practice, in a game. He never messed a play up, and he always gave us 110%, and he played hurt a lot of that season. He missed the 10th game of that season with the torn up ankle because Steve Miller, the freshman, he had to come up and play in that game as a freshman. But it was a great season. It was a great group of guys. I talked to them. I stay in contact with them. I've seen Aaron several times. He spoke at my brother's funeral 6 years ago. And it was just a remarkable thing. The love these guys had for each other, the love they had for us, the love and cohesion we had on that football team is remarkable. And they changed this school. I was telling my daughter who went to school here in the 5th through 9th grade, I was telling her, she's with me over there, and I was telling her that the first day I was in this cafeteria, my brother had lunchroom duty. And I had a free period, so I sat in here all 4 lunches with him. In 4 lunches, we broke up 11 fights in 4 lunches the first day of school. 11 fights. The other teachers weren't even coming in to help break them up. And we said, what's wrong? Why aren't y'all helping us? They said, y'all are not letting them fight long enough. He said, you got to let them fight long enough that they'll be satisfied, because otherwise they're going to go right around the corner and resume the fight. And we said, well, we don't know how to do that. By the time we left here after 4 years, the football team had stopped all the fights in the school. There were virtually no fights. And it was because of the policing of these football players. Aaron was respected here like a faculty member. He was so mature and so respected. And when these guys spoke, Daryl, when Ricky and these other guys spoke up, these guys listened to them. And the whole school changed because of it. The football program changed because of it. And anyway, I'm going to try to get those records so we can verify those records are absolutely true. I couldn't find them in my brother's old records, but I know Keith will still have them, Keith Gentry, the coach. And we're going to get those records and get that verified, because these were 2 of the greatest football players we ever coached, 2 of the greatest young men, 2 of the most polite men you could ever meet in your life, and that's true about all of them. The amazing thing we found in McNair County, when it was amazed at, was how strong the families were. The families in this county, black, white, didn't matter. Every family here was very close. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of love in this school, and a lot of love from the Stewart family to all of our athletes that we coached. I wish I could remember every one of them. Matter of fact, if you played ball for us or ran track for us, we started that track program in our first year. Alfred scored 1 point at the district track meet. District track meet, scored 1 point. 4 years later, we won the track meet with 101 points with no track. We practiced on running around the football field. Fred, that won the state tournament, he had 3 hurdles to practice on. Not 10, he had 3. And I bought those for $5 a piece from a private school in Memphis. And we had 3 pairs of shoes, size 9, 10, 11, that we passed around on that track team. We didn't have uniforms for 2 or 3 years till Mr. Gray and some other people in the county donated them. And what an amazing thing. We had about 130 boys and 130 girls that came out and ran track for the 4 years we were here. And that's why this track out here means so much to us as well. But I just want to thank you all for the part you played in my life, the memories that we have, the love that we still have for you, for this place, for the people in it. And what a privilege it is to come back over here and welcome these 2 young men, Alfred and Aaron both, into the Hall of Fame. They rightly deserve it. If you played football in any of our teams, would you just stand up if you were one of our players? These guys look like they could still play, don't they? Well, we want to thank you for allowing me to speak. I want to welcome Aaron and Alfred to the McNary Central Hall of Fame. It's well deserved.
Let's have another round of applause for newest inductee, Alfred Eaton. Our next inductee will be Aaron Sanders. Aaron graduated at McNary Central in 1983 and later attended the University of Mississippi on a football scholarship. While at McNary Central, Aaron had an outstanding career leading the team in rushing, yards, and tackles. Aaron was all West Tennessee fullback, Tennessee River Most Valuable Player, United Press All-State in football in 1983, Daily Corinthian All-Area Team Offense and Defense. Aaron was also an outstanding basketball player at McNary Central and was on the 1980 team that made it all the way to the state tournament. Former teammates referred to Aaron as the Tank. Please give a warm Bobcat welcome back to the Roundhouse to Aaron Sanders.
How's everybody today? It's hard to know where to start or to follow up after my great coach and the things that he has said. There's one statement I really want to add to what he was saying, and that's that we were a family. We knew what we had to do. And matter of fact, we would gang up on some folks that was trying to stop us from doing what we were supposed to do. We fought many hard battles. One, I have to say, we lost the game too, but they ran a trick play every play of the game. That's what it took to beat us, was some tricks. You wasn't going to beat us head up. You had to trick us to beat us. But I want to lift up again the great Alfred Eaton, and I just found out that he had passed. I didn't know. Alfred was a friend of mine, as well as the whole team. But Alfred was a friend of mine, and we spent some times together that I ain't gonna tell y'all about, because y'all would look at me funny these days. But all of these things that we went through, including the coming of our coaches on our senior year, helped me to be who I am today. I had heard about Jesus Christ, but I didn't meet him until I met those two gentlemen we called coaches. And this orange shirt right here just brought back to my memory of what we used to call Coach Glenn. We called him the Great Pumpkin, because he would always wear an orange shirt. So, but I just want to thank you. I'm honored. I didn't see it coming, but it's a blessing. Everything we went through, we did it together. Police in the school, when I first got here, and Coach Kirk brought back a lot of memories. When I first got here, it wasn't nothing to fight right in here. Matter of fact, we would get together and fight right here. Until, like he said, some of the football players said, okay, that's enough. Well, I was doing it before we all got together, because I would lean against one of these posts and say, you better not put your hands on me. They listened because they had seen me fight before. And it wasn't fun if you was on the other end. I grew up with 5 brothers and 5 sisters, and we all could fight. In order to survive, you had to fight. In order to get to the dinner table, you had to fight. I see y'all smiling about that, but some of y'all just don't know. When you got a large family, it takes a lot to feed. And we were a large family on the field. We didn't let nobody pick on nobody else when it came to us. And I think we're still the same today. I'm not going to allow you to talk about my brothers and sisters because, and I added my sisters because we all were athletes and we all worked towards not only making McNary Central a great place, but also making our communities a great place. So, in honor of Coach and Alfred, I must say this. It was not only our ability on the field. It was not only our tenacity. It was not only our hunger. But I ask us all this question. How can you do it without Jesus Christ? He sits at the right hand of the Father. Y'all have to forgive me. I couldn't help but put this in there, being a minister. But he sits at the right hand of the Father with all power of heaven and earth in his hands. So if he's got all power, how can you do it without Jesus? Satan can't even come against you without Jesus. Y'all didn't know that, did you? He cannot go any further than God allows because God would snatch every bit of power from him. So let me say this. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for every yard I gained. To God be the glory for every touchdown that was scored. To God be the glory for every time we had to really dig in against folk. And we, even not being the same color, didn't matter when we was on the field at all. Because, let me tell you, I got to tell you this story and then I'm going to sit down. It was a game we was playing and it was the bowl game. And these guys got off the bus fixing their ties and, you know, they was trying to show us something. Yeah, but they wasn't really showing us what they should have been showing us because what they was doing was, excuse my French, pissing us off. By the time we got to the field, we was looking for blood. And guess what? We found it. We left them bleeding. But the part of that story I want to add in there is one of the guys, he was racist. Well, let's just say more than one of them was racist. And they was calling us that word that shouldn't be called. So one of them called it while we was on the field. Mike heard it. And Mike came through the next play and plowed that joker under. And he got up and he said to him, he said, I'm that N-word number 2. We laughed, we high-fived, we got back in the huddle and I said, that was good, but don't you use that word no more. But that's how close-knit we was. We wasn't going to let anybody pick on any of our family members. And I believe it's still in the rest of us today. And I thank God for the experience of playing right here at McNary Central High School. It was a blessing in my life. On more than one occasions, it was a blessing. And thanks be to the 2 Christians that came in my senior year, because I had 4 different coaches in 4 different years. But the last coaches made the difference in my life because they helped me to be who I am today. To God be the glory.
Aaron Sanders, what about him? The tank. Aaron, I think we could take up an offering now. What do you think? Our next inductee will be Angela Walker Robinson. Where's Angela? Angie graduated MCHS in 1984 and was an outstanding basketball player, earning All-District, All-Region. Angie is a member of the Lady Bobcat 1,000 Point Club, as witnessed here tonight, and still holds the record for most free throws made by any Lady Bobcat. After graduation, Angie attended Jackson State Community College and was a member of the Lady basketball team, receiving many honors, such as a member of the Jackson State Sport Hall of Fame. Angie worked her way through high school and college, starting at the local Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant where she was a manager for 20 years. Then she worked at Walmart for 8 years and now works at Pickwick Electric Company in Selma. Angie and her husband, Sam, a former Cardinal, got on blue tonight, by the way, been married for 37 years and have 2 children, Jessica Robinson and Ken Bingham, who's a McNeary Central Sports Hall of Fame member. Angie and Sam have 4 grandchildren. One of the nicest people I know is Angie Walker Robinson. Please give a warm Bobcat welcome to the newest member of the McNeary Central Sports Hall of Fame, Angie Walker Robinson.
Good evening. I put together a little thank you speech. Yes, Coach Mel, I wrote it down. I am 59 now. My mind don't click that fast. But first of all, I would like to thank God for being in my life and letting me be here to witness this beautiful occasion. I would like to thank my parents, Willie Mae and Leroy Walker, who has gone on to be with the Lord, for making sure I stayed in school, went to school, for getting me to and from practice. I just want to thank my parents, and I love my parents. I would like to thank all my family, my sisters, my brothers, now my husband, because at the time I didn't have a husband when I was in high school. My kids, my daughter-in-law, and my grandkids. Corey, I want to thank you also. I also want to thank my little white mama, Miss Flaky. She's been in my life for 20 years. But I want to thank every last one of y'all for putting up for me, and I love every last one of y'all. I would like to thank my first basketball coach, Mr. Billy T. Armstrong. He's also gone to be home with the Lord. Mr. Armstrong was my 7th grade junior high coach. We played 3-on-3 that year, slow game of basketball. Stand on one end, you wait. Stand on the other end, or you play defense on one end, or you play offense on the other end. And yes, I was on the offensive end. Mr. Armstrong loved his cowboy boots. Thanks, Coach Armstrong, and I love you. I would like to thank my second basketball coach, Miss Charlotte Avery Creighton. Miss Creighton was my 8th grade coach. That year, in 8th grade, we started 5-on-5. That was that fast-paced basketball. I enjoyed that. Today, when I see Miss Creighton, she still calls me her superstar. Thanks, Charlotte Creighton. I love you. I would like to thank my 3rd coach, Miss Denise Brown. Coach Brown was my freshman coach at high school. She always made sure if any of the parents didn't have the finance to send us to basketball camp, she stepped in and did what she had to do. And I look back and I appreciate that. Thanks, Coach Brown, and I love you. I would like to thank my final coach, that would be my high school coach, That would be Coach Jerry Lott, the one and only, who has coached at McNair Central over 40-something years, has over 900 wins. He's been married to the same woman, Linda, Miss Coach, for over 50 years. And yes, Christy, I remember you coming to basketball camp with us, you little bitty thing running around, we tell you to move, get out of the way. Coach Lott has coached my daughter. First he coached me, then he coached my daughter, and now he's coaching my granddaughter. Coach Lott, I think it's time to retire. Just joking, keep doing what you enjoy, and you're doing a good job at it. When you call plays sitting on the bench and I'm sitting off as the audience, you call up 5 or trap 5, I still know those plays. Coach Lott, I appreciate you. I thank you and I love you. I would like to thank all my teammates, my classmates, my fans. I thank all of you and I love all of y'all. Back in the day, we had a Selma JC. We didn't have the Booster Club. I would like to thank the Selma JC also. I would like to thank the McNair Central Sports Hall of Fame Committee for selecting me. I thank you all and I love you all. I would like to thank my PEC family. For allowing McNair Central High School Sports Hall of Fame to come and surprise me on my job with the good news. I thank you all and I love you all. I'd like to give a special thanks to Chris Moore for finding the rest of my points. That was lost from my 1,000-point club 40 years later. Good things come to those that wait. Patience pays off. I thank you and I love you. It's been a blessing and an honor to receive this award and being the only Walker female to receive this after my brother Neil Skywalker, my nephew Kenny Walker, my nephew Mike Walker, my son, nephew Ken Bingham. It's been a great run and I am so blessed. Thank y'all.
Let's give another round of applause to Angie Robinson. Angie Walker. Better late than never, I guess, they say. Our next inductee will be Mickey Wolf. Mickey graduated McNair Central High School in 1994. While at MCHS, Mickey was captain of the golf team in 91, 92, 93. Mickey was a district medalist in 90, 91, 92, and 93. After graduating from MCHS in 1994, Mickey accepted a golf scholarship to Union University. During his time at Union, Mickey was named to 26 tournament teams, which still remains a record. Mickey was named first team all-conference in 1995, 96, 97, and 98. Mickey is one of only 4 players in Union history to be named Men's Golf All-American Team, and he was named that in 2002. He earned a membership into the PGA Professional Golf Association, winning over 20 tournaments in his professional career. Over his 25-year career, Mickey has been nominated and won dozens of awards, but in 2023 was awarded his most special award, as he was named the Alabama Northwest Florida PGA Golf Professional of the Year. Mickey and his family live in Athens, Alabama. Mickey and his late wife, Stacy, have 3 children, Gentry, Ella, and Nolan. All of them are here tonight. And as today, August the 3rd, 2024, Mickey is one of the co-owners of the prestigious Canebrink Golf Club of North Alabama. Please help me welcome back to the Roundhouse, Mickey Wolf.
Thank you all. For all those old folks in here, y'all know how hard it is to follow a walker to this podium? Somebody said basketball royalty, that's an understatement. So whoever put me behind Angela, thank you. But I do want to say, I want to thank this committee for making this possible. I look out here and have so many memories. These are the same chairs we sat in here 30 years ago and all those times. But one of the things tonight, seeing a guy like Shannon White up here, Shannon and I, kindergarten to graduation. It just brings back so many memories just to be able to come back to Selmer and McNair Central. I just want to tell his wife and his kids, every award he's got, he's earned. He can do it all. And I can't believe there's a Hall of Fame in here with that Shannon White in it. So congratulations tonight, my brother. I'm thankful for my kids who are here tonight. I appreciate my brothers and their families being here. My Aunt Martha, her family here. It's been a tough year for the Team Wolf and Glover, but we keep showing up. So I appreciate them being here as far as that goes. And when I got this call, I was a little surprised. I was shocked. Although my days at McNair Central were good, they weren't great. But then I got to thinking about it, and I'm going to talk y'all down this road of where this night came from. So you see, the two biggest fans of my career, neither one of them are here tonight. Most of y'all know my mom, Glenda Wolf, who passed away in November. And she raised us 3 boys, and I think that my brothers would tell you, we'll never know the level of sacrifice. We'll never know. So it breaks my heart that she's not here tonight. She would be so happy. My dad got inducted last year, and he called a lot of games in this roundhouse for sure, and most of y'all probably cussed him, and some of you cheered him. But he called a lot of them for sure. Been able to join my brother Jamie in there, who, in my opinion, is the best 3-sport athlete at McNair Central ever. Been able to join both of them in there is just an amazing honor. But I want to tell you about the fan that most of y'all don't know. 6 months ago today, my wife Stacy went to be with the Lord. She fought a hard fight for 5 years with cancer, and most of y'all didn't know her. And I want to walk you down the road of where this tonight started. It started in 1994 at Union University. And that's when I met the 2 greatest influences in my life. I was smiling up here when I was listening to our pastor talk, because that one influence was my wife Stacy, and because of her prayers, I met my Savior Jesus. And I've never been the same since that night. So that's where all of this started, on a cold, wet December night in Memphis, Tennessee. Every award, every Hall of Fame induction, every accolade I've ever had, that's where it started. And they were all made possible by the power of a praying woman. And I'm going to kind of walk you down that road. So in college, Stacy would say, Mickey, what's your goal? And I'd say, hey, I want to make all conference. And she would say, hey, have you prayed about it? And I'd say, no, but I've hit a lot of 7-irons that nobody's seen. She said, I'll pray about it. 30 years later, there's still only one guy there, first team all-conference. And that was because of the power of a praying woman. We get married, on down the line, she'd say, hey, what's your career? And I said, hey, I want to be a PGA member, I want to win golf tournaments, I want to do all that by the time I'm 30. She said, have you prayed about it? And I said, no, but I've hit a lot of 7-irons that nobody's ever seen. So she said, well, I'll pray about it. And because of the prayers of a praying woman, you've heard a little bit of that tonight. And I'm just so thankful for that. She would tell me that all the time, and it was because of the power of a praying woman. And those are just 2 examples of literally hundreds of those that I could walk y'all down tonight in here. From still holding 3 school records at Union 30 years later to winning over 20 golf tournaments as a golf professional. All of those things, every single one of those started on a cold, wet night in December when I gave my heart to the Lord. Because before that, it was about me, and I couldn't do it enough. I just couldn't do it enough, right? And then those chains came off and I was able to do it. And it was because of the power of a praying woman. And although through golf and personal achievements, that spotlight's found me a lot of times over 30 years, but I want to tell y'all, it's because of the power of the prayers of Stacy Wolf. And it's just like God for us to have this celebration here tonight, because Stacy would have been the first one throwing me a party for something like this. And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the people that keep showing up in my life. I'm thankful for the life that I was able to have in Selmer, Tennessee. I tell these kids that I've been able to teach golf to, 2 of those being PGA Tour winners, I tell those kids, you can go anywhere from Athens, Alabama. And I'm telling you this, for all you high school kids here, you can go anywhere from Selmer, Tennessee. And I am an absolute example of that. I'll always be a Bobcat, and I'm going to end with this, and I hope nobody else would do it tonight. But for all of us old folks in there, you'll know it. Who that talking about beating those Bobcats? Thank y'all.
Who that?
Wow, what a great testimony, Mickey. Appreciate you sharing that testimony with us tonight. And I would say that the Hall of Fame committee is to be commended. What do you think about our selection? I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors that help us support this in a financial way. And our Blue Go sponsor tonight is Globe Life, Bradley Gray, Home Banking Company, the Bank of McNairy, Action Realty, Mitchell Eye Clinic, Heart of a Champion, Molly Moore Realty, the law offices of Terry Abernathy, First Baptist Church Selmer, Edward Jones, Sam Vice Agent, Smoky Joe's Barbecue in memory of Joe Dan Manus, Boterford White Insurance, Lambert Sports Management and Fitness, Senator Paige Wally, Chambers Insurance, Brian and Christy Rousey, in memory of Billy Joe Glover by the Glover family, in memory of Bill and Tommy Webb by Amy Webb McFerrin. Amy's here tonight. Thank you. In memory of Don and Ruby Whitaker, in memory of Danny Hurst by Danny Hendricks, in memory of Danny Roberts Jr. by Chris and Amy Whitten. So let's thank our sponsors for helping us out tonight. I hope you've enjoyed our banquet tonight. We worked really hard to try to fit all the details into all of this, and our committee works hard to try to make sure that those that are inducted into the McNairy Central Sports Hall of Fame are deserving, are good people with good character, and I think there's a testament of those that are inducted tonight. This school is a testament to the community that comes together to support what we do here. It transcends all races. It brings people together for a common cause. I'm proud to be a Bobcat. I graduated here in 1970. Patty Taylor is also here tonight. She graduated in that class, and so it's an honor to be back at the Roundhouse. The faculty and administration here work together to create an atmosphere of excellence. I'll never forget the pride instilled in me as a Bobcat here in the first year. It's an honor to wear the blue and gold. Something special, and it's so true today. These young folks that have been honored and recognized tonight also know that it's something special to be a Bobcat. Once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat. And so I want you to know this, that if you take an eagle, if you take a lion, if you take a rebel, if you take a blue devil, and yes, even if you take a cardinal and put them all together, what do you got? A Bobcat. Good night.